What's up guys, it's your boy Shadain here, and today we're back with another video on the channel. And today I want to talk to you guys about is the Nitro deck. Now a lot of you guys have seen the Nitro deck all around the internet about this new controller that basically adds on to the Switch, making it more like a Steam Deck. Now I have one with me today and I purchased the mint green version. Now this video is just talking about some of the things I like about the Nitro deck and some of the things I don't. Now with no further ado, let's jump into this video. Guys, alright guys, so we are back with this video and let's talk about the good things about the Nitro deck. Now, the first thing I like about the Nitro deck is that the fact that you can use this controller with these new HoloSense joysticks. Now these just make sure that you aren't getting any drift with your controllers or your joysticks itself, and this also gives you a full length joystick, being able to basically play games much nicer versus the old Joy-Cons. But I'm loving these sticks so far. The ergonomics, the feel of this controller is very good. I have nice placements with this game, and playing in long game sessions is really nice. I can also say that the build quality of the Nitro deck is top notch. I will give it 8 out of 10 because of how robust it feels, and it doesn't feel cheap. The buttons are the same, they feel really clicky and feel really nice in the hands, so I think a lot of you guys would definitely enjoy this when playing long sessions of games. But for retro games, I do have problems whenever I'm trying to reach from the back buttons to the D-pad. It tends to be a lot of a stretch from my hands. I know for bigger hands it might not be, but for me, I tend to have a little bit issue when stretching from, let's say, the back buttons all the way down to my D-pads to play a game like Moonlighter. It does affect my play style, and I have to force my hands to get used to that play style by stretching my hands all the way down. So it's a little bit big for that side. I don't know if the way they reconstructed just the left side of the joystick or the left side of the controller, but I think if they did a better job with maybe making that somewhat more ergonomic for anybody to play, which I don't have to reach my hands all the way down there to play it or to press the buttons. That's the only thing I've had with those placement of controllers, but everything else is really good. And another thing about the D-pad, whenever I'm doing long play sessions, I tend to have problems with like playing, like say, fighter games. Whenever I'm using that D-pad to, let's say, do fast combos, it tends to be a hassle on my fingers, and I feel the fatigue in my arms or my fingers. It does affect my palms a little bit. So definitely think they could probably remove some of that heft, just how the controller is set up or how big it is. Maybe slim it down a little bit so it's much easier for anybody to use. I'm sure a lot of kids would find this as a hassle to use, but I'm saying maybe the Joy-Cons would be a better choice for kids. Alright guys, now we are on the top-down view, and I wanted to show you guys some of the things I meant when I talked about the controller itself. Now here's one of the biggest issues. Now when I hold the controller like this, my fingers tend to go all the way up here. This is pretty much the way I would normally hold this controller. Now for me to actually hold the controller down here and press these back buttons, I would have to scrunch my fingers all the way down to touch the D-pads and use the back buttons as well. So as you guys can see, I would have to bring my hands all the way down here. And if, for instance, I want to get access to both the triggers or all the back buttons here and go down, I would still have to scrunch all my fingers all the way back here, and that will be a problem for me. I think the ergonomics need to be fixed with just how they layer this out. With the Joy-Cons, as you guys can see, it's a bit easy way to just grab everything and touch the D-pads. Your finger literally aligns here once you are here. Once you grab it, you automatically align your fingers to this part, and then you can reach up and grab here. So it's small enough that your whole entire hand can fit here and go down here and be okay. Now this device curdles your hand enough that it's hindering your opportunity to reach here, and I think that's one of the biggest things with the Nitro deck. Now the rumble in this device is horrible. The rumble is really bad, and I've never seen a controller with this style of rumble before, but it's not good. In a scale of 1 to 10, I would say this is like 3. It's just inaccurate in every single way. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that this eject button is not able to spring loaded. It's not spring loaded enough, it's not spring loaded at all. So when you basically press this back, you would have to push your hands either on the screen, or in my case I just use the speaker grill to pull it out. This is the Gen 1 switch, so I prefer grabbing the speaker grill instead of putting my hands on the screen to damage the screen. So I don't do that. So I wish they had a spring loaded release mechanism that basically pops the switch out a little bit, even just enough so I can actually grab the switch and pull it out, which will be a good thing. Now it does keep the switch seated enough, and it's not a problem, and it's safely snugged in there, and that's a good thing. The fact that this has really good analog sticks and really good feeling, good feel buttons. They don't feel weird, or it doesn't have any off feeling. You can't do false diagonals with this. Every button itself is intentional, so you would have to press each one, and that's good. I love the buttons, they are really good. And the next problem I have with this is the fact that my specific model no longer charges. So if I, in any sense, put my USB-C cable in the input USB port, it no longer charges and it no longer operates. The Nitro deck basically shuts off completely from the switch, and it no longer works. And I don't know why that is, but it seems to no longer work, no longer charges. And if I remove it from the Nitro deck itself, it works again. I'll show you that this USB currently has power as well. I will basically remove it from the Nitro deck, the switch from the Nitro deck, and plug it in, and as you can see, it now charges. So it is working, and I'm not trying to make the Nitro deck look bad. So those are my concerns and my flaws with the Nitro deck so far. I'm currently going to be sending this unit back in a couple of days and letting them either look at it and send me a new one if they decide to send me a new one. But I just wanted to let you guys know. I say maybe not use any USB Type-C cables. I don't know if that's the problem. I don't know what it is, but I've been telling people in the Nitro deck Discord to maybe don't use any third-party cables with this Nitro deck. I don't know if that's the problem. I don't know what's the problem, but I'm just hoping that this is not a widespread issue and I'm just the only one that experiencing this. But I just hope they fix these issues, and I think this is a really good controller, with the kickstand being one of the best features because of this really hard and rough kickstand. These buttons are really nice too, and I haven't seen myself touching them maybe once or twice playing different games. It depends on what games I'm playing. If I'm really crushing this controller, I might touch it, but most of the times I don't. And I think it's a really, nice thing to have these on the back. It depends on how you want to play it. So maybe if you decide to use the back buttons as your back, like your triggers, instead of using these, you can use these instead of these, and this would be a much easier way to play the game with these D-pad in general. So those are the things I don't like, and I hope you guys did learn something from this and this video helped you out in some way. So please hit the subscribe button and look forward for more videos like this one. I'll be dropping any more controllers that you guys recommend for me to review, and I will see you guys in the next video. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys. Peace.